Hello and welcome to this week's Comic Roast. I'm your host Scott, and you can find me on Twitter at XOrsonX, and I'm here with Mike. You can find on Twitter at Review and Roast. You can find our Facebook at facebook.com/reviewandroast, and all of our podcasts at comicroast.com. Today, we're here to talk to you again about The Hunt for Wolverine, Claws of a Killer number 2. When an attempt to steal Wolverine's corpse went wrong, a closely held secret began to leak out. Logan's body is missing. The mysterious circumstances have piqued the interest of several of his enemies. Daken, Lady Deathstrike, and Sabretooth have followed the trail of Logan's adamantium skeleton to a seemingly abandoned desert town where Daken's healing factor stopped working at an inconvenient time, just as vicious zombies began attacking.
Circles the globe in search of a listener. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yep, that's where we are in this one. If you remember the first one, it was also, I don't want to say, it was one of the lower rated stories of this series for us, a pair of sixes, because I know Mike is going to ask. Mm-hmm. Basically, well, like I said last team, what was it, about a month ago now, they never even mentioned Daken's name until the second issue.
Right.
Which, for someone like myself, who was not familiar with the character, I'm like, who in the fuck is... Like, I know Sabretooth, but that's only because they drew him to look like Sabretooth. They never said any of their names, really. Mm-hmm. So they take these three kind of obscure characters and just start up a story and expect you to know about them.
Right, they're extremely well known in the, let's call it the Wolverine universe. So
Yeah.
If there was a Wolverine TV show on Netflix, these guys would be popping in. But there isn't. Well, actually, they'd probably pop in and then they'd kill them off.
Yeah,
but anywho,
right.
The point being, so they are known, but they're not super well known. Again, another great reason that if you're jumping into these books, you ain't the only one that don't know who these guys are. Avid comic readers, you can't remember the 1,248 different main characters Marvel has. I mean, there's literally a lot of them.
Yeah.
So, not a big deal. So you can jump right in. They're still in that town, right where they left off when Daken was attacked by what seemed to be the zombie townsfolk. Sabretooth and Deathstrike, Strikes as he likes to call her, are running around town like, hey, what's going on here? They come into some zombies as well, and in the scuffle, Sabretooth gets bit real quick, and he's like, well, that's not going away. So I'm interested to know, is it the wound itself, or is it them? Did the infection stop all of their stuff, or is it the wounds inflicted by the zombies? I don't know yet. I don't think we know yet. Nothing really else happened yet. So I'm interested to see where that's going. I didn't really totally jump to the end there, but kind of, I guess. But that's the gist of, we're in Zombie Town, USA right now, under a government experiment of some sort, and that's where we're at.
You know what, though? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't this government strike team allude to the fact that they kind of figured Daken might show up?
Yeah.
And now that they've captured him, and they're on the radio with the boss, like, hey, we got him. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're like, okay, we'll bring him in, blah, blah, blah. Because my guess is, yes, whatever experiment they're doing on these townsfolk is one thing, but they also are curious to know why these wounds don't heal. Like you said, is it that wound in general, or is it that power is gone now?
Right, and Daken was making some big kung fu moves, and then he was getting shot at, but that was towards the very end of the comic, so I was eager to see if he got shot. That went away or not, but we won't find out if he even got shot until next week or next month.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm interested in it, and to be honest, really ain't shit to this book. I mean, it's super quick.
It's three guys running around a zombie
fastest
town.
read of the last couple, number 2s that we did. Next week will be Mandrapore, number 2. But
I can't wait for that.
That should be pretty good. But the other two, the Agenda and Weapon Lost probably being the longer of the 3 so far of the number 2s.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, and that's read wise. I mean, I'm sure they're about the same amount of pages. But this book is a lot of action. It's fast-paced, so that's not a bad thing. But it is there's way less reading, I feel like, in this one. There's just a lot of like shucking and jiving and doing stuff. Now, I don't know.
This one's got some quips.
Yeah, it's got a couple. There's the whole Dakin, Lady Strike, and Sabretooth not liking each other. I can see this going places. So I like that so far.
Yeah.
And they get into that a little bit. And being that these guys are kind of bad guys, that's kind of fun. So it's basically, I don't want to make a comparison, but let's call it like the Suicide Squad of the Hunt for Wolverine. You know what I mean? They're like the bad guys, and we don't know what they're. Well, they want to go kill them again, but whatevs. But for right now, that could, I feel like their goals could be changing at some point in time. Now that they seem to be going on a different path now, I guess is what I'm saying. With this whole thing,
It's a sidetrack, definitely.
I think that they're going to be sidetracked for quite some time until, let's say, the stars align with one of the other teams. I think at some point in time.
That's possible.
So, and that's just me making shit up.
Well,
right
and that's
now.
the weird thing, because they legit got 2 issues left to do it.
Yep.
And then, they'll have the 1 issue to finally wrap it all up, I would imagine.
So I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on with these guys right now.
Not a clue.
So, but I like this book a little more than the other one. I don't think it was fantastic, but it wasn't. And I didn't think the other one was bad. I just didn't think it was very good. So that's 2 different things. This one I also don't think is very good, but it's definitely not bad. So.
No, I mean, some of the quips were kind of neat, funny, like the whole,
Yeah.
I'm going to the car, and I'm leaving in 10 minutes. You'll leave when I say we're leaving.
Yeah.
All right, I'm leaving in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff like that, where they're running from the zombies, and he's like, and Sabretooth's like, yeah, I'm out of here. And
Yeah.
she's like, you better not get back here, or I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, the door's closing, bitch, so...
Let's go with it. So, yeah, I think, if I'm being honest, I'm only going to bump this thing up to a 6.5 right now. I think it's gaining potential. I think by the time it hits its end, it'll be as... at least it doesn't... So far, all of them are actually getting better, and that might be the story getting better or more interesting. I think it was just I think some of these were a little tougher to get started than the other ones, I think. So I don't think it's the fault of the book itself or even the art or the characters or whatever, because, it'd be easy to say that the book with the 3 most least known characters is going to be the shittiest, but it's not that, because I actually love these 3 characters. But
I feel like that gives you free reign to do so much more.
yeah, it just they also seem to have had the driest first book, and the second book, while it has a ton of action, it's
A lot of it is just running from zombies.
Yeah, so there still wasn't very. They gave you a little bit more explanation, but nothing. They just gave you more flashback, not more info. So, more flashback on the same thing. So, anyways, yeah, I'm sticking with the 6.5. I'm hoping the third one is actually better. I think it could be.
It would be nice if it started to pick up some steam. I agree, it was decent. I'm still going to stick with a 6. I almost feel like they could have combined both of these issues into the first book, because you already
Pretty
showed
close,
us that
pretty close.
the town people, they were
Yeah,
zombies.
you could have ripped a couple pages out of
both books and combined them.
Yeah, maybe.
It's really kind of what I feel like they probably... I mean, who knows? This could be setting up for something amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But, we did talk about in the first book, this is the one where they supposedly had the Wolverine go in there and detonate the bomb that exploded the town. Mm-hmm. So is this town... Did they say where it is? Is it somewhere in Saskatchewan?
No, this one was the...
Or is that Phoenix?
I don't know if it was Phoenix or where it was, to be honest. Phoenix was in the other book, in the Lost thing.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't know.
I don't know where this
I
one
feel like, with the exception of Adamantium Agenda, I feel like Weapon Lost and I feel like Claws of a Killer have both shown a version of a Wolverine.
Yeah.
So
That's for sure.
Is it the same person? Is it 2 different Wolverines? Is it some weird government experiment? We don't know, but I feel like this one's just taking a while to pick up its legs, I guess, and get going.
Yeah, I think it'll be all right.
But yeah, so 6.5 from him, 6 from me. Still the weakest of the group. That doesn't mean it's terrible. It's just okay. So there you have it. That was Claws of a Killer. And
Number 2.
You can find me on the Twittens at XHorseandX, and you can find Mike at Review and Roast. Check out our Facebook at facebook.com/Review and Roast, and our podcasts at comicroast.com. Tune in next week for Mysteries in Madripoor, number 2. Until then, see you later.